Yo, what is up, guys? James Carter TV here to make my Week 6 NFL predictions. But first, I have to apologize sincerely because I waited until Friday night at 10 p.m. Central to make this predictions video because sometimes life can get in the way, but that's ridiculous, okay? I have to be here before the Thursday night game and make my prediction video. Just unfortunately this week, I was unable to do so, but next week, don't you worry, I will be here on time with my predictions video. But we had the Thursday game. You're going to have to trust that I picked the Indianapolis Colts. Those of you who are in the James Carter TV Picks Challenge know that for a fact. And I picked them to win 27-20, so I had them winning by 7. They won by 5. I'll take that. Let's move along. Now, we have the Sunday games, and we're starting off with the Chicago Bears at the Atlanta Falcons. Now, before I go into this game, let me tell you the problem with this week. The problem with this week is I find myself picking a lot of road teams, and that is not a recipe for success. But I'm not shooting for a perfect record. I'm shooting for a good record. Shooting for a perfect record will not do you that much justice. So I'm picking some road teams here, and I'm going to be wrong. But as long as I get most of them right, I'll be okay with that. And I'm picking the road team in this one. I'm picking the Chicago Bears to go to Atlanta and to beat the Atlanta Falcons, mainly because I like the Bears' offense and their defense more than I like the Atlanta Falcons' offense and their defense. And yes, the Falcons are in Atlanta, so they do have that advantage, but the Bears, they struggled last week. They need to win this game or they're going to fall to 2-4. So will the Falcons. That's what's stressful about this game. And maybe they'll tie because I can't see either of these teams starting 2-4. But if I had to pick a team to go 2-4, I had to pick the worst team. And to me, and even though the Bears haven't even shown me much this season, and for some reason I'm still putting a lot of faith into this team. If they lose this week, I will lose a lot of that. But I have to put faith in what I believe to be the better team right now, and that is Chicago Bears. I'm picking them to go to Atlanta and to win a shootout 34-28. We have the New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. Oh, man, the Buffalo Bills, man, they are rolling. They won in Detroit last week, and I said last week in my predictions video that I felt an argument a lot of people would bring up would be that, Kyle Orton is starting, he's not very good, and well, he really wasn't. But they still won the game in Detroit. He threw a pick 6, which was not good to look at. Okay, the Patriots appear to have rebounded, but it's in Buffalo. I'm going to pick the Patriots to win, but man, this could be a loss right here, and I would not be surprised at all if the Buffalo Bills pull an upset. But the Bills, I think they may be playoff bound. I mean, if you look at their schedule, okay, they have not faced the New York Jets yet. They blew out the Dolphins in Buffalo. They still have to go to Miami as well. If they win this game, they're playoff bound. I'll go out on a limb and I'll say it right now because their defense is playing absolutely great. And if they can beat the New England Patriots this week, the Bills will be set up for prolonged success. So look out for that. But I am picking the Patriots to win 20-17. We have the Carolina Panthers at the Cincinnati Bengals. I gotta pick the Bengals. I mean, this is one of the easier picks this week, and I could be wrong, but I feel very confident about this. The Bengals are gonna bounce back. I mean, they lost in Foxborough last week. Now they're back home in Cincinnati. They need to in this game where they're gonna have some AFC North teams creeping up behind them. Gotta look out for that, but I'm picking the Bengals to win 21-14. The other Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns. This is another game where I feel like I have to pick the home team, Cleveland Browns, to win this game, but the Browns have been unable to beat the Steelers for years, and I believe that the Browns' success this past season has been fraudulent. Why? They were down 28-3 to the Tennessee Titans, and they came back, and even against the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're down, 24-0, and they came back. You can't keep doing that. Now, at home, I mean, maybe they'll pull something together, but I don't know. I like the Steelers to win this one, man. This one I'm really shaky on, but I'm going to pick the Steelers to win 24-16. But man, I don't know. I'm afraid to pick these home teams for some reason, and I may be a fool because of it. We have the Green Bay Packers at the Miami Dolphins. I'm picking the Green Bay Packers to win this one 27-24. Now, what scares me is that the Dolphins are coming off a bye week. But the more I look at these whole bye week arguments, the more I think that they're kind of fraudulent. I don't necessarily believe that bye week teams perform better off a bye week anymore. I mean, I look at teams coming off byes, they're not performing that well. So why should I continue to buy into that argument? But I'm picking the Packers. Like I said, Packers to win 27-24. I'm sticking with Aaron Rodgers. I'll pick the Packers to win almost every game this season. I'm going to be right 11 times, and I'll take that. We have the Detroit Lions at the Minnesota Vikings. The Lions lost last week in Ford Field, and I knew it was coming. The Lions are not going to sustain any success. They're just not going to do it. I don't care if it's this, coaching staff or it's the last one. Now they're going to Minnesota. Teddy Bridgewater is starting this game, and that's huge for me. I like to see... I like these teams splitting. I think they're going to split this year. I'm going to pick the Vikings to win at home in Minnesota. The Lions are playing a very unique brand of football than what we're accustomed to seeing in Detroit. Very defensive-oriented, and their offense is not performing well. And Calvin Johnson is a big part of that. He's not been on the field, and when he's on the field, he's been pedestrian. Calvin Johnson has been unable to break out, and I haven't seen that. He's banged up. I don't see him doing it this week. I think he's going to miss the game. So with that, I'm picking the Vikings. Vikings 24-23 to win this one in Minnesota. Calvin Johnson needs to come back for this Detroit offense. And Reggie Bush as well. We have the Denver Broncos at the New York Football Jets. Now, I think the Jets could upset here. And I'm not going to pick that, though, but this home team, there's another home team that's scaring the life out of me, and it's the New York Jets. But I'm going to pick the Broncos because, Rex Ryan, I don't see him laying down. Maybe he will. I thought they were going to win last week in San Diego, and I was completely wrong on that. I'm not going to pick them to win. I'm going to pick the Broncos to win 28-21, but maybe Rex has something up his sleeve. I don't know. We shall find out. We have the Baltimore Ravens at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I love the Ravens. If you follow my predictions, I always pick the Ravens, but in Tampa Bay, Mike Glennon been playing well. I'm picking the Buccaneers, and I may be a fool here. Maybe I'm trusting the wrong home team, but I like the Buccaneers to win in Tampa Bay. Upset the Baltimore Ravens, who go to 3-3, and that may be, bad for them, but I think they'll be just fine. I still have them going 10-6, making the playoffs, maybe even winning the AFC North. But the Bucs will catch them here, and it may not happen, but I have a good feeling about the Bucs being able to get someone right now with the momentum they have off Mike Glennon. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. I'm 4-1 when picking Titans game this year as a Titans fan. So if that does not if that does not blow away any biased comments I might receive, get that shit out of here. Okay, I know how to pick my team. I've always known how to pick my team. And they're going to win this week. And it pisses me off because I want them to lose. I want them to suck for the duck, Marcus Mariota. But they're going to win. The Jaguars stink, and it's really ridiculous if you ask me because, Gus Bradley, this guy, will give him time. But, this guy is coming off a 4-12 season. They'll be lucky to win 4 games at this point. They need to get their shit together. Wow. Jacksonville. Titans 27-23. We had the San Diego Chargers at the Oakland Raiders. Now, this could be another home team that screws me over this week, I'm telling you. But with that said, I'm going to pick the San Diego Chargers to win 23-14, but similar to the Detroit Lions, listen to me now. Similar to how I said the Lions will not be able to sustain that kind of success, the Chargers could be the same. We've seen that in the past. So keep an eye out for this one. But I'll have the Raiders winning. I'm really worried, but Jesus, I'm gonna stick with the Chargers for now. But man, this could be a game. We have the Washington Redskins at the Arizona Cardinals. This is another game that frightens me. Why? Because Logan Thomas is starting at quarterback. Oh, man, most likely. Drew Stan's not playing. Carson Palmer, I don't know what's going on with him. I'm done with him. I don't think he's playing. So, Logan Thomas, can he defeat the Washington Redskins? This could really be something to look out for. And I'm going out on a limb. I'm picking the Washington Redskins to go to Arizona. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm picking the Cardinals. I almost did, but yeah, I'm pulling myself back. I thought about how, okay, they're coming off a Monday game. This game is cross-country. For that reason, I'll pick the Cardinals, but this could be one to keep an eye out on if Logan Thomas turns to Virginia Tech form, but I'll pick the Cardinals. We have the Dallas Cowboys at the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I've been on the record and continue to be on the record of saying that the Seattle Seahawks will miss the playoffs. If they lose this game, I will be, I'm already convinced, but I'll be even more convinced. With that said, I'm picking the Seattle Seahawks to win 31-20. Tony Romo going to Seattle, I don't see it. If they run the ball, they can beat Seattle. I don't trust them to do that. They haven't beat a very good team yet this season, especially on the road. So I'm going to reserve, optimism there, but this could be a game to look out for. And I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this game. If the Seahawks lose this game, they're in trouble. We have the New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm picking the Eagles. And the Giants, they could really go to Philadelphia and win here. Why? Because the Eagles are 4-1, but it's a very fraudulent 4-1. They're getting a lot of special teams touchdowns, and that is not sustainable. You cannot keep winning games by luck of your special teams. You can't do it. Not in this league. So that worries me. But I also don't put much faith into the New York Giants. So because of that, I'm going to pick the Eagles to win 33-27 shootout. But something to look out for here. And finally, we have the Monday night game. This is another game where the Rams could upset at home. A lot of these home teams are going to kill me. But I got to pick the 49ers. The Rams run defense is not doing anything. Hell, their whole defense isn't doing anything. And, their pass rush, this is supposed to be a dominant pass rush, is non-existent right now, and that's a shame. But I'm picking the 49ers 27-13. Interesting about the whole Jim Harbaugh thing. If this guy wins the Super Bowl, is he still going to leave there? That's unbelievable to me. It sounds like no matter what, Jim Harbaugh's out of there. I would love for my team to get him, but we're stuck with Ken Wisenhunt. So that's great. But I'm very interested in keeping a big eye on that whole Jim Harbaugh situation. Well, until next time, James Carter TV, thank you for checking out this prediction video. Comment down below your predictions. We'll discuss them in the comments. And until next time, I'm out.